Hi Aries, welcome to your November 2020 reading. My name is Gemstone on here, and I will be doing your November 2020 reading. How are you doing? I hope you are well. How I've been structuring my readings is by pulling one card that represents the theme of your month, and then probing with other tarot decks to get a clearer view as to what story is being presented to us. So we're going to get right into that. Right into that. This month, Mars, your ruling planet, comes out of retrograde on the 13th in Aries. So it remained in your sign throughout the retrograde. So if you're feeling like you've been bumping against walls because you've been trying to approach life the same way that you would have during the retrograde, that energy might alleviate or be alleviated around the middle to the end of November, because there's that shadow period for 2 weeks after the Mercury retrograde. Some retrogrades, like, yeah, let's just say that. Whew, I prevented myself just now from going on a tangent. I'm proud of myself. But yes, so starting November, yeah, that restless feeling might be increased and then decreased. And for those that don't feel restless, yeah, the plans that you have made during the retrograde will get green lights to go shortly after the planet goes direct. Okay, let's see what is the theme of the month of November for Aries. All messages are for the highest good of Aries. What's going to happen, Aries, is I'm going to present to you a story. If it resonates, please take it. If it doesn't, don't force it. But we're going to see what story is the story for your November 2020. Although all readings of mine are timeless. Most tarot readers say that. So whenever this resonates, take it. And if you're not an Aries and it resonates, yeah, it's your story. But to make it easier in terms of, I guess, receiving the message, I'm thinking Aries Sun, Aries Rising, Aries Moon, Aries Mercury, Aries Venus. You could throw in Mars. You could put it as if you have any Aries placement. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the theme of your month is the Seven of Swords. Ooh. Okay, before I say anything, let's probe. But what I'm feeling is that there's this cheating energy towards getting money. Like towards acquiring assets. It feels like tangible goods. No, it feels like money. It feels like money. Money. That's the vibe I'm feeling. But we're going to probe because that's what we do. So on top of this deck, we had eye light. This is a third eye, crown, chakra, stone. It's good for enhancing psychic abilities, as well as just enhancing your own third eye chakra. And then we have Morganite, which is good for unconditional love. All right, let's probe, Aries. We're probing the Seven of Swords for Aries, November 2020. Their theme is Seven of Swords. What is it here to show us? The Four of Pentacles flew out. So again, I'm feeling that energy of money again, where maybe right now you're holding on tight to money and you're trying to find a get-rich-quick scheme to make it. It's the vibe. And here is the Tower that comes out. I'm curious to know what that's about. Can you tell us more about the Seven of Swords for Aries, November 2020? My window is cracked a teeny weeny bit and it's so cold in Toronto. Okay, so we have the Eight of Cups, the Tower, and the Eight of Cups. I don't know if there was a realization that you had to leave something behind, or yeah. I'm gonna stop trying to put things together until I see more to the story. That way it's not confusing or less confusing. Probing for the Seven of Swords here. What do we need to know in reference to the month of November for Aries? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Princess of Wands. Let's see what's on top. All right, so we have the Princess of Swords, the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Wands, and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm feeling the retrograde here. I'm feeling the retrograde in Mars here with this, having to wait and then it creating some kind of mental conflict. So here, there's this desire to move with these two 8 cards. We have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords. This is moving mentally and this is moving emotionally. Maybe you're drifting from someone. Maybe you're drifting from someone emotionally. It could be that this person here you're drifting from. What am I feeling though? What am I feeling? I'm feeling that there's a desire to know. There's a desire to explore something mentally. There's a desire to explore something mentally, yes. There's a desire for that. But while that is, I don't feel like you have the motivation to do it. Because I feel like at this time, deep-rooted emotions that were hidden are now surfacing, and it's creating some form of inner turmoil for you. And that turmoil is just a perspective on viewing what it is that you hold inside. So for you, it feels like it's stressful and it kind of has you trapped in a way. So there's this feeling of paralysis is what I'm feeling. This feeling of paralysis towards going after or exploring something, maybe something new. And then this need to be patient. And then we have the Seven of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords. I feel like this need to be patient is what's having you want to figure out how to do something fast. I feel like this feels like a slowed down energy. It feels like retrograde energy. And because of that, it's making you think that you have to do something quick and drastic in order to get what it is that you want. Like you're trying to maneuver your way around this and try to cheat it. That's what I feel. You're trying to cheat because at this time you're not feeling very motivated. You're not feeling very equipped mentally or emotionally to go after what it is that you want. And there's this sense of needing to wait, which is creating that angst feeling to, you know what, I'm going to take matters in my own hands and I'm going to figure it out on my own by any means necessary. Hopefully I don't get caught is what I'm feeling. So what I want to do is probe all the cards. How I've been structuring this is just keeping what we're going to probe in front of us so that we can maximize this space. I am going to use this deck. I'm going to use this deck. All right. Let's probe the Princess of Swords for Aries November. Okay, so here out of the Princess of Swords, Out came the 5 of Wands. This feels like a desire to acquire more. This feels like the desire that is pushing this person, like pushing you to figure out a way to maneuver or finesse this system that you're in right now. Cheat it or bend it to your will. This feels like that energy. And yeah, there's some form of conflict. I don't know if it's internal or external, but there's a form of conflict when it comes to ideas on how to approach the situation. Let's get more clarification. Probing the Princess of Swords. Can we get more insight as to what this card is meant to show us for Aries? November 2020. What is this card meant to show us? What is this card meant to show us? What is this card meant to show us? I got the idea that you're feeling rushed to fulfill your purpose in some way. Maybe what you're running towards is some sense of like the Pentacles, the accomplishment of achieving your purpose. It's the accolade of getting there, wherever there is. But purpose came to mind. We're probing the Princess of Swords. What more can you tell us? We are probing the Princess of Swords. What more can you tell us in reference to why you're out? Princess of Swords. What are you here to show Aries for November 2020? At the bottom, we have the Sun. Okay, so there's some clarity. Temperance, the Fool, the 7 of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. It's like, is this where the idea came from? The Princess of Swords? That's what I felt. That's what I felt. Again, there's that feeling of needing to go somewhere. Needing to embark on some form of a journey. Like needing to go on an adventure. The need to go on an adventure. But I can feel that you need to take your time. Like there's this sense of not rushing, like do not rush. But then another part of you, which is that mental aspect that really wants to know whatever it is. I don't know if it's a knowing that you want to do, or if you're, I just got the idea or the feeling, the thought that this could be a person that sells things. Maybe you own a business and you're kind of just saying anything, like communicating anything to get what it is that you want, no matter if it's true. But I'm getting this feeling of by any means necessary in reference to embarking on something, while at the same time there's this feeling within you to take your time. But I feel like it's hard to trust because naturally your energy is to go, go, go. So maybe you're questioning yourself as to why you know you need to do this, or you feel like you mentally wanted to do this, but at the same time, other parts of you are not inclined to do whatever you want mentally at this time. Because here, this feels like the introduction to your feelings, to the 8 of Cups. The introduction to your feelings. This could also be someone, but it's the introduction to feeling is being introduced here. And maybe this sense of cheating is towards maneuvering yourself away from feeling your feelings. I'm feeling that more than anything else now. That you're trying to maneuver yourself around your feelings to, yes, I know that I have this heavy feeling inside my heart, but you know what? Like, let's just put that on the pause second. Like, let's just try to get around it so that I can do what it is that I need to do, which is something that you don't need to be doing right now. But there's this sense, and maybe your reasoning for wanting to do it now is a distraction to feeling what it is that you're feeling, which is possibly the need to let something go, or someone leaving you, or feeling abandoned, like this feeling of abandonment. Interesting. Let's probe actually that card. We're going to look at the 8 of Cups right now. So what I get from the Princess of Swords or the Page of Swords is that this was the introduction to the idea of approaching the situation from a more clever way, a way that's more cunning and less honest. Less honest. But there also with the Princess of Swords is the introduction to having some form of emotion. Let's probe. Okay, so for the 8 of Cups, what do we have here? We have the 3 of Cups. We have the Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the 10 of Swords. There's that feeling again of wanting to go, mixed with her as well. But let's see. These energies oppose each other. So this is like a fresh start or wanting to embark on something new. And this is with a purpose. This is more outwardly driven. And then here we have the ending of a cycle. So these energies are conflicting. It feels like at one point there was the need or desire to go about, like to achieve something or to approach something or to, I want to say attack something, but it's more of wanting to embark on something. And it could be in the realm of friendship, in the realm of, yeah, friendship. Maybe you were getting close with someone. You were getting close with someone. And there was this desire inside of you to, you know what, like this is something that I would like to approach. Like I'm inclined and open to seeing where this goes. But something along this line changed that. Something changed that and made it like, nope, I am not. I'm not going to do that. Or maybe it's just the idea that you're ignoring. I also felt this, and it feels heavy, that you're ignoring the end of a cycle and you're distracting yourself with wanting to get involved with something. It feels more like that, a distraction. And then that just goes back to this Princess of Swords energy where this feels like it's distracting itself from approaching something that involves the heart, involving emotion. It's involving emotion. And a part of you is enticed by it, but a part of you is enticed by it, but the action is to try to avoid it. And I'm feeling that here as well, where there's this desire to move away from the wound, which is right here. There's a desire to move away from the wound, even though it's felt, and it's significant. Let's say that. But there's this desire to move away from it. So maybe at this time you're going to find yourself escaping through meeting people, escaping through getting involved socially with others to avoid being with yourself. Interesting. Let's continue. And then we'll put it all together, because these energies are like, what is happening? What's going on? Okay, so to the 8 of Swords, we have the 6 of Swords, a lot of swords, the 7 of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and the 6 of Wands. Yeah, I feel, again, this distracted energy. And I don't know. I was going to say it with this, but because there's 3, it's like, I don't know if right now you're entertaining people romantically as a way to get yourself, maybe you don't even consciously know this is what you're doing, but at this time you are open to, getting to know people on a romantic level. And this shows me that it's more than one type of person that you're getting. It's more than one person that you are entertaining at this time as a way to distract yourself. And I'm further inclined to believe that, because here we have the Knight of Cups, which is like a playboyish kind of card. And then I'm thinking about the Queen of Cups here, and maybe she just represents the fact that, yeah, your emotions were introduced, and maybe it wasn't introduced in a way that was very pleasant to your feeling. So maybe it was remembering a past situation. Maybe it was missing someone. And as a way to ignore it, you're just talking to other people at this time to ignore the fact that you want someone specific. But I feel like your mind is taking you on a roller coaster. Like, I feel like this month, your mind, it's really going to be a mind over matter month, because I feel this energy of your mind almost playing tricks on you. And it could be your mechanism of trying to soothe yourself, but it just feels like you're waking up in the middle of the night with a lot of thoughts, or it just feels very overthinky, or overthinky. Like, is that a word? But it feels like a wandering mind. That's what it feels. It feels wandering, and that's not helping with your emotional state. Not helping with you understanding your emotional state. So maybe this is not coming off to people. Maybe you're coming off as like, I'm confident, like I have everything together, but really inside you're shifting around because you're unsettled. That's it. That's the word. I feel like you feel unsettled. That's what I feel. And you're attempting to figure out what's unsettling you by ways of past remedies to the situation. But I feel like you're different from that time of talking to other people or talking and entertaining different people as a way to soothe yourself. I feel like that's not working. So now you're at a place where it's like, okay, so what am I going to do? Like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? And as a result, you're cheating yourself from an opportunity to heal yourself, possibly. But the 6 to the 8 of Swords, I'm feeling like there is just a wandering mind. Your mind is going to places that, and this feels like it's traveling to that wound in the 8. Like, it's like traveling to these unknown dark recesses of your mind and emotional space, your mind and heart, and it doesn't feel pleasant, which is why you want to ignore it. And I feel like when you're alone, this is where your mind is wandering to. But as a way to get yourself out of it, you are distracting yourself with the company of others so that you don't get into that space, but it's not helping you get out of it because you're meant to go there to figure out what it is that you want, but it's not pleasant, so it's not attracting you. All right, let's look at the Seven of Pentacles. And I just noticed that all these cards are similar in color. They're all similar, involving purple. Purple. Interesting. All right, let's look at the 7. We have the 8 of Wands, the 10 of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. So on top of all of this, you don't have the distraction to go to work. Like, you don't have the distraction to go to work. There's this wanting to go to do, there's this wanting to achieve or to get, like this wanting to do it, the energy towards that, but it's not, this is the energy towards working. Like, okay, maybe we should just go out and achieve, like go out and get this pentacle here. Like, let's do. But again, you're being slowed down here, and this is having you just, the slowing down could be also the slowing down of your actual finances. It could be the slowing down of your actual finances. This feels like a reset. Like, the vibe that I'm feeling, it feels like a potential reset, like a quarantine within your like a quarantine within the quarantine for you. But it's not being explored from that perspective. It feels like you're a victim. I'm getting this victimhood. Like, ugh. Like, I wanted just this and I wanted that, and it's not working, and this and this and this and this and this. So you keep bumping your head against a wall. Like, you keep trying to go and you're not going anywhere. And the place that you're in, like, I'm feeling the places that you are moving in, which is your emotional and your mental space, you're not wanting to explore it because of the discomfort or just the uncomfortability of it all. That's the vibe I'm feeling. So to recap, what I'm feeling at this time for Aries is I feel unsettled right now. I have this unsettled feeling, and it's interesting because I was wondering, maybe I should stop this. Like, maybe I should stop this reading because all of a sudden I don't feel that great. Maybe I should stop this, but I feel like this is the energy of the reading. It feels unsettled. It feels uneasy. It feels restless, and it feels yeah, like restless. Like, I feel restless. It feels restless, wanting to go, wanting to achieve, but having no direction at this time because, one, you are being urged to take a moment and feel, to take a moment to possibly end some cycles. The Princess of Swords is here as the introduction to the idea of outthinking your emotions. Understanding that here's Temperance, so there's that vibe of slowing down. There's that vibe of moderation towards this expedition that you want to go on. But here's that bright idea that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do my own thing. Even though I feel like even though I can feel her, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to sneak away, back away from the queen and figure out a different plan to achieve what it is that I want, because apparently the energy in the air is not allowing me to do it. So I'm going to bend it to my will. I'm going to find a way. Here there's this vibe of exploring your emotions, exploring something that is a wound. It feels like a wound. And in that exploration, here's the wound. And this person, you, or someone that you're connected to, it feels like Aries holding a wand, which is indicative of fire energy in the tarot, is looking away and wanting to have this fresh start, not fresh start, but this expedition, like start this expedition. And where they're going to start it is by entertaining people, distracting yourself with people and social situations. Maybe multiple, like maybe you're dating. It feels like that. Like the vibe of dating. I feel Tinder. That's what I'm feeling with this, like Tinder. The vibe of Tinder. And within yourself, I'm feeling this tug of war where a part of you is recognizing that this wound is there and it's bleeding out and it needs some attention. But at the same time, it's like when you get too close to it, it's like it's too painful. I can't. So I'm going to distract myself. So I feel like there's effort put towards trying to understand it. But when it gets too much, it's like, nope. Okay, let me take out my phone, start scrolling on Instagram, start scrolling through Tinder or swiping through Tinder and find another distraction because I can't be alone right now. And that's also what I'm feeling. I'm feeling like you cannot be alone at this time. Now here with the Eight of Cups, with the Eight of Swords, what's happening mentally is your mind is wandering, and here comes the distractions to that wandering mind. You have a wandering mind, and it's creating stress, like it's creating a paralysis for you. And again, I'm feeling this energy of, you know what I need to do? I need to, again, do things that make me feel confident. What makes me feel confident is talking to people. So here are the distractions. It feels very similar to this, where it's, I'm going to distract myself with people, with people. And there you are with a cup, a cup to go and give someone to feed your ego, because at this time, things are just feeling kind of unstable. And we have 2 6s here and 2 7s. The 7 to the 7 of Swords, and then the 6 of Swords to the 6 of Wands. And I'm also feeling like if you were to shift your energy to using that confidence that you would get from an instant gratification of talking to someone and them, you know, receiving your energy in a positive way, you could use that energy towards getting to know what it is, traveling within yourself to figure out what's making you feel bad. Because that expedition that you want to go on, this adventure you want to go on, can happen within yourself. You know, it can happen inside. So that you're moving, again, there's that movement, but it's internal, so that you can figure out what is making you feel so uneasy. And then lastly, with the 7 of Swords, this patient, waiting energy, there's movement towards wanting to achieve again. Like this wanting to accumulate is the word I'm feeling more. Wanting to accumulate and build, but again, being stopped by something. It's the retrograde saying like, hi, this is the time for you to reflect. And that's making you feel like a victim. It's making you feel like, oh, everything that I'm trying is not working. But not realizing that you're trying everything that you have tried. In the beginning of the reading, I said this. I said that maybe you are experiencing this bump, like this energy of feeling like you're being bumped up against a wall because you're approaching a situation the way that you always have, and it is requiring you to shift your energy and learn things from a different perspective. This is hopeful here, this clarity. There's going to be some form of clarity at the end of this, but I feel like there's this need for you to shift your perspective, shift the way that you're looking at things, and look at getting to know yourself as an adventure as opposed to something that is not desired. Because getting to know yourself will allow you to work out whatever it is that's happening, that inner turmoil, that it feels like turmoil for, it feels like that's how it's being viewed by you, as this inner problem. The sooner that you approach that with gentleness, the sooner you'll be able to go on this adventure or go on this external expedition that you want. Because we live in a world or in a universe that is holistic. It's whole. So what happens within you happens outside of you. If you feel stagnant inside, I'm touching my heart. If you're feeling stagnant inside, your external is going to be in that way as well. So retrograde energy is active. I mean, let me say it is movement, but instead of outwardly, it's happening inwardly. So yeah, it feels like if you were to shift your perspective to looking at yourself as an adventure and traveling within yourself to see what's going on, I feel like you will get that movement that you're wanting. You won't be so restless. It will be uncomfortable because you'll be seeing these dark parts of you. Dark is in hidden parts of you. But then now it will come to the light. You will be known, like it will be known to your consciousness, and then work can be done towards making it more desirable for you. Aries, I hope this resonates, or, you know, whoever this resonated for, it was for. Again, if this is not your message, it's not yours. But for those that it resonates, please feel free to comment down below. Please like if you liked it, as well as subscribe so you can get more content like this. But this was your November 2020 reading. There's light at the end of this tunnel, but you just got to go through the tunnel. All right? Take care.